My name is Peter Bavigard. We're here in Klemmen, close to Groningen. I had this passion for doing something about sustainability. Here was an opportunity to work with the local gemeente, local waterbedrijf, to work on a project where that was connected directly to sustainability. So behind us, you see a piece of land. We had this opportunity to work with people from waterbedrijf to explore the opportunity to build a food forest or a voedselbos here in this area. My wife is from Portland, Oregon. In Portland, Oregon, cider is a big thing. There must be a lot of cider opportunities here in the Netherlands, which to her surprise or disappointment, there wasn't. So between us, she said, well, if there's not produced cider here, maybe there's an opportunity to produce cider here. If we're going to produce cider, I want to grow the apples that you're going to make the cider from. So it's locally produced, so there's organic produced, so it's basically in a sustainable way produced, both the cider and the apples. The obstacles that we experienced in this project showed up late in the project. So we actually had already developed the project when we got to the point where we found out that there was a real issue against this project. And the issue was that as much as this piece of land was available for making a food forest, it is connected to a small pathway up there to another small piece of land that was previously a part of House to Klemmen. Now, because it was a piece of House to Klemmen, there were special restrictions connected to that piece of land. Now, because of the small pathway, it turned out that somebody was using that as an excuse to say, well, those restrictions are also applied to this piece of land, and that's where the obstacle showed up. So we had the whole team, we had the project, we had everything prepared. We even almost had the contract with waterbedrijf when Groningen gemeente said, well, as much as you would like to have this food forest because of restrictions of that piece, we're not ever going to give you that permission. You can apply as much as you like, we're not ever going to give you the permission. I was so lucky to run into Andrea from deze here earlier this year at another event where it's about food forest or voedselbos, and we had a short conversation where it was, for me, clear that we shared some values and interest in this context. I was not aware to what extent where that would take us, but now suddenly we're standing here and talking. So that we're talking here is for me a direct indication that there is support from people like the ones from deze, but also that there is a general interest and general understanding of the need for these kind of projects. If the Groningen gemeente look towards the rest of the country and try to learn from other gemeenten and say what is that they are doing and why couldn't we do the same here? Just do that for all of us. Look outside the region and say what they're doing elsewhere. And we must do the same thing here.